us will be familiar with the bit in the Bible that talks about the three wise men in the Christmas story. And I wonder how many of you had the pleasure of wearing a tea towel around your head and being tied up in a sheet for your Christmas school play. I'm going to read the bit in the Bible book of Matthew that mentions these guys. Here goes. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother, Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Now, I know that I don't have gold, frankincense, or myrrh stashed in a corner of my home, but there seems to be a clear chain of events here. They already knew that at the end of their journey, they would be in the presence of greatness because of the quality of gifts that they were bringing, gold, which was fit for a king. They already knew that a significant death would be a part of his life because of the myrrh, which was used as an embalming oil at the time. And as great as they were, when they saw Jesus, their response was worship and awe. And I love this bit. They opened their treasures. What treasures do we have that we could open up and present for Jesus to use? During Advent, I try and read this book. It's a daily devotional called The Greatest Gift. Sorry if this is back to front, by somebody called Anne Voskamp. She's a beautiful writer. And I'd love to read an excerpt to you today. Sometimes you see them huddling on the bridge on the west side. 2 or 3 of them, their hats pulled, wind thin over their ears. They look like hungry prayers, their bare hands held out over flame, licking off the sides of an old oil barrel. So much for chestnuts roasting on an open fire. This is about the open fire warming the tips of your numbed fingers, distracting you from the cold icing down the nape of your neck. How does Advent come and kindle in the guy living out of a cardboard box behind the busy shopping centre in mid-December? In the woman slapped around in the flat over the bar, serving up office Christmas parties? In the pregnant runaway down at the bus station, who's watching everybody head home and doesn't know where their next meal will come from? It comes like a whisper from those outside the gate. You've got to use the life you've been given to give others life. You've got gifts that weren't given to line your life with. They were given to be a lifeline to others. Or you lose your life. It comes like an echo from God. If your gifts don't give relief, you don't get real life. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world but lose his own soul? It comes as a message for Advent. If you have any food in your fridge, any clothes in your closet, any small roof, rented or owned, over your head, you are richer than 75% of the world. We're the ones living inside the gate. If you have anything saved in the bank, any bills in your wallet, any spare change in a jar or a box, you are one of the top 8% wealthiest people in the world. We are the ones living inside the gate. If you can read these words, you have a gift 3 billion people right now don't. If your stomach isn't twisted in hunger pangs, you have a gift that 1 billion people right now don't. If you know Christ as the greatest gift, you have a gift that untold millions of people right now don't. We are the ones living inside the gate. There's a boy right now splayed in the slum and sewage of Calcutta, a child crying weak for food in Uganda, this haunting plea like the cry of the last raven. And there's one whose home was the original palace, one who is the apex of beauty, one who put himself in the place of you outside the gate, you in the muck and the mire and the stench of sin. There is one who came to a barn and made himself a bridge back to the king by laying down his back on the bark of that tree. He looked at you, desperate, on the outside of the gate, and his love was instant. This is the love story that has been coming for you since the beginning, the babe in the manger. He is the prince on the cross who saves you with his life. So your identity is no longer wrapped up in being one of the rich ones inside the gate. Your identity is wrapped up in being one of the rich ones inside of him. When you unwrap your worth in the gift of Christ, you release your grip on all the other gifts. You are loved and carried and secure. And what else do you need when you have him? You're free. Free to lavishly give away your gifts when all your value, worth, joy and riches are in the greatest of gifts. This Christmas, in the busyness of gift buying, last minute food prep, planning your games for after Christmas dinner, as you open your treasures, who in the next 3 to 4 days could you surprise and delight? Maybe leave an anonymous gift for, maybe go the extra mile for, maybe share the greatest gift with. Merry Christmas.